Okay, hello everyone, my name is Laquan Williams, and in this video I wanted to discuss the topic of, and the subject matter of The Flash last night's episode on Tuesday, which was on the 25th of May 2021, which was called Season 7, Episode 12. Family Matters Part 2 was the name and the title of the episode, which we saw obviously Barry Allen and The Flash, obviously, and the rest of the team trying to take on Nora West, obviously, who is obviously the Nora Allen, the Speed Force again, and trying to protect Psyche, Dion, and obviously Alexa, the other forces who are on the show, obviously from her, because she wants to take them down. She wants to destroy them. She gave Barry the ultimatum. She basically said that they have to go in order for there to be obviously some type of understanding and respect between them. But Barry said he wasn't going to let her take them obviously out. He said he didn't want them to kill him. He didn't want her to kill them, so he wasn't going to give them up. So Barry decided to come up with a plan to go into the past and hide Dion, Bashir, and obviously Alexa in the Speed Force before she was even there, because she was obviously clearly absent in the house that he grew up in years ago. But obviously it's in another realm, universe, or reality. So he decided to go hide them there in order for them to be protected from her and to not be seen. That's basically what took place. We also saw them trying to come up with the idea to stop her. The whole entire Flash team, they couldn't come up with anything. The whole entire city was scared. There was big, huge hurricanes and flying around the city, and lightning being shot out of the sky. That was obviously taking place because of all of the forces on the show. And Nora, obviously, who was a Speed Force, admitted that she was not the one responsible for it. They all were, because they're trying to destroy the city and destroy her. They all had to team up to take her on, and that's exactly what they did in the episode. We also saw that Chillbane came back and obviously fought Killer Frost, after we were told, and it was obviously shown on the show, that Killer Frost a couple episodes ago was supposed to be in jail for the rest of her life in Iron Heights prison. So after the thunderstorm took place that was caused by Psyche, Dion, and obviously Alexa, a bunch of prisoners broke out of Iron Heights, including Chillbane and also Killer Frost. She decided to take him on, and separately she explained to Caitlin Frost Snokes at the end of the episode that she threw him in jail, and obviously other prisoners who we didn't see her fight. And because of this city of Star City decided to let her out of jail on good behavior and time served. So now she's out of jail and she's free. I thought that was very strange and weird, and actually a waste of time that they decided to do that for a couple episodes of Killer Frost being hunted down. Now she's thrown in jail. She's gone. We won't see her again. And then magically she's back and she's out of jail. She's free. I thought that was really weird. They wasted episodes and obviously a lot of story to cover ground and to make us believe that was obviously the case. Chillbane has a costume now, apparently. Looking like Sabretooth or Kraven the Hunter, basically with his whole entire chest area and it completely exposed. You can see that. That's with a jacket that kind of looks like similar to Kraven the Hunters, or like I said, Sabretooth from the X-Men and Marvel series. Obviously the other show is I said obviously as well, which is obviously Spider-Man, and obviously of course Kraven the Hunter is involved in Spider-Man. And of course, obviously, Marvel has the villain, Sabretooth, which is an X-Men villain. So we have some other news to cover and also explain, which was obviously, in case you didn't know, it was announced last week, a couple weeks ago now, that Cisco Ramon will no longer be on the show with Team Flash. Also, Harrison Wells is gone. This was explained a couple weeks ago. The next episode, which will be on June 8th, when the show comes back on, after a one-week hiatus, we'll see the return of, we'll see the exit of Cisco Ramon, titled Goodbye Vibrations, which is obviously a take on his alias / superhero name, Vibe, V-I-B-E. Him and his girlfriend / photographer that works with at the Citizen Gazette, that works for Iris West, is her obviously, and had her with her investigative journalism. Camilla, her and Cisco are leaving Star City. They're going to be gone. They're going to Miami and San Francisco. They got new ideas about what they want to do with their life, and they've been getting job offers obviously as well. And they basically come to the conclusion that they're going to be leaving Star City. Cisco will be gone in next week's episode, which will be episode 13. Excuse me, it'll be on the 8th. It'll be in a couple weeks from now. But towards the, well, excuse me, he'll be out for like about 6-7 episodes. When the actual last episode of this season, which is season 7, comes on, he will be back, and obviously Camilla will be back to help obviously Team Flash take on, it looks like, the Speed Force, and obviously Dion, Bashir, and obviously Alexa, because they're probably most likely going to team up together to take out Barry and Team Flash and destroy the city, as what they were trying to do in last night's episode. But now they're going to work together. Instead of them working all together to take down Nora, they're going to work together to take down Barry, which will be 4-on-1. So because of this is why I believe that they teased, and it's online, you can see it, Barry Allen's daughter, Nora West Allen, aka SX, the superhero and speedster, is going to be coming back and being brought to life somehow. I don't know how they're going to do that. She was vaporized like in the last season by the Reverse Flash, which is also Eobard Thawne, and also his son Impulse, Bart Allen, is supposed to be coming with her as well. So, and he'll be having his debut on the show. They've teased that online. It's been confirmed for weeks. His costume and what he looks like, the actor that plays him, it's all online. You can see it. Also, I wanted to also talk about how the Flash's next season, which is season they're going to be their 8th season, and it's going to be airing this November, is going to have apparently a crossover type feel for the first 5 episodes, is what they're going to be doing. And it's explained by the CW's CEO, Mark Pedowitz. He said that they're going to be having that in the first 5 episodes, but they're not going to have one big, huge, large type of ordeal with the show obviously airing as far as one big huge 3-part or 2-part obviously series of crossovers like what they had last in 2019 with the Crisis on Infinite Earths. So that's not what's going to happen. They're going to have this on the show. So it looks like there's going to be other characters from past shows such as the Green Arrow, possibly Supergirl, and obviously it looks like Black Lightning appearing on The Flash for its 8th season in this November, the first 5 episodes. So we'll see what happens with that. As far as the episode goes, lingering back to that, the whole storyline with the whole Forces aspect was beaten into the mud, and I'm glad it's actually over. I actually agree with this guy who, I agree with this guy who wrote this article on the AV Club. Says that the muddle into the Flash Forces arc is finally over. He explains right here that it was an unsatisfying wrap up to a story arc that never really wasn't really satisfied in the first place. I agree with him. This is on the AV Club, the article that came out yesterday on Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. explaining that the whole storyline was beaten down in the mud repeatedly, which is something I didn't like. Barry Allen had him and Iris being called mother and father by random grown adults who are supposed to be their kids, who they don't know at all. These people were just given these abilities. Basically, their bodies are being have been merged with like forces, because remember, Alexa was never like this. Neither was Bashir or Dion. They were just regular people. When Barry Allen obviously created them by some freak accident, the actual power of the forces jumped into their body. So basically, without the forces being around, they would just be back to their regular selves, be normal people. I don't know where the forces would go, or what they actually look like with their faces, obviously, but it's not them, because these are just regular people that have been given special abilities that they never asked for or never wanted. So that's basically what's going on. That's what's been taking place. It was just very weird, the whole back and forth banner with Psyche and Alexa, him calling her sis, and it was just weird because they don't know each other. All these people are strangers. I thought that was weird that they did that. So we'll see what happens with that, but I just thought it was really annoying, the whole idea of Iris staying in the Speed Force alone with them, and she couldn't trust them, and they actually betrayed her and ganged up on her, and Alexa actually picked her up and choked her. Could have actually killed Iris, because they didn't do what she said, what they wanted her to do. So, and she said she wanted to stay there, and it was fine. She told Barry it was fine, just go, obviously find Nora, obviously, and try to stop her. I'll stay here with them. And Barry went to go find Nora, and obviously Dion to stop the whole huge hurricane of lightning, and obviously a big huge tornado that was taking over the city, and obviously scaring the people, and they had to evacuate, obviously, because that's, like I said, Iron Heights had a big prison break. Chillbane escaped. Killer Frost got him. They got into a fight. They showed it. they cut from it, and they went back to it later, and you're like, oh yes, the fight. Like, why'd you cut off from it and go back to it? Then at the end of the episode, Killer Frost tells Caitlin Snow, I'm out of jail and I'm back here with you, and that's basically it now. So it was just really weird, like how they did this, but we'll see what happens on the show. Like I said, in the next couple of episodes towards the end of the season, with Cisco coming back probably like the last 2 episodes before the show's over for this season, for season 7. He'll be back obviously, but for like the next 6 episodes he'll be gone obviously, because next week is where he's saying his final goodbyes. Like I said, he'll be back obviously towards the end of the season, which is a season finale, and also next in November for the 8th season, which most likely will be the last one for The Flash. So we'll see what happens with that. It's basically my review for it. This, and obviously I have all the articles up here to show you exactly what's been going on. Obviously, lots of news for The Flash, what's been taking place on the CW network. Lots of new shows are coming. Lots of old shows that have been on for a long time are leaving. You're trying to use these new shows to keep the network going in the right direction. As I said yesterday in my video and review for the final episode for Black Lightning, actually 2 days ago on Monday, I said that they're in the process of a soft reboot. All these new shows are trying to make these new shows big and as popular as the older ones, but that's not going to happen, because just like what Marvel's doing, you since all these other actors are gone, all these big huge blockbuster movies, you're going to bring in new people and have lesser known characters be put on the big screen that people don't know about, and you're trying to get people excited and hyped for them until you come up with an idea to make for the next ongoing adaptation of the Avengers and whatnot, and bring back other characters. And Captain America 4 is supposed to happen, and of course Thor is in its 4th and final movie process of direct production, and obviously that's going on right now, which is Thor: Love and Thunder. It's what the CW is doing with these shows. The Flash is going to be about to be gone very soon. So is DC Legends of Tomorrow. They'll be in the last seasons upcoming towards the end of this year, November going to January. Black Lightning was just over. Supergirl is about to be over in a couple weeks. It's in its final season. Black Lightning was canceled along with Supergirl. The Green Arrow was done about a year ago, and obviously the other shows that they have hanging on to are Stargirl and Batwoman. So that's obviously what's taking place. Other new shows that they're trying to bring on and adapt. They're trying to keep those ones going, which are the Kung Fu show, the Naomi show, and that's about to come out. That's brand new, and obviously the live action version of the Powder Puff Girls that they're going to be bringing on the CW. They're trying to keep those shows, obviously, to the forefront. They're trying to bring them on, their new ones, and make sure people are excited to stick around, obviously, because when shows like this leave big ones, people leave these networks and move on to something else. So obviously, viewers fluctuate and whatnot, so that's what they're trying to do. So we'll see what happens with that, but that's all I have to say about this. We'll see what happens. It's just really weird. But like I said, they've been dragging on a lot of these storylines for like a while now. This whole Forces aspect storyline, I've seen a lot of people say online. Well, actually, I didn't see. I saw that there was an article in regards to the ratings with CW's show, the DC Legends of Tomorrow, that basically that people are not happy about the show as to the effect of the reflection, which we can see with the ratings as we reflect on that. I guess it's based off of what we see right now with the current 6th season, which is seeing the whole entire team of Legends trying to find Sarah Lance, who's lost in space, and they're trying to find aliens and whatnot to find her. This is basically what's been taking place in the first 4 episodes, and it's going to take place for a couple more. So I'd say the first 6 to 7 episodes of this season are them trying to figure out where's Sarah Lance at and find her, who she's basically lost in space. And we'll see what happens with the rest of the show on Flash, with Barry Allen and the rest of his team and family trying to take on Nora, obviously, who's the Speed Force, and obviously everybody else who's involved, which are the other forces as well, trying to take them on, obviously. That's what's happening, because they're going to team up, obviously, like I said, to take on Barry and his family and Team Flash, and they have to figure out a way to defeat them without hurting the people that obviously are there, that their bodies are obviously being taken over, hosted by, basically. But that's basically what's going on. I don't know if they can reverse time and do that, because obviously it's going to mess up the space-time continuum and create probably another flashpoint, which they obviously can't afford to do, obviously, which is what Cisco told Barry Allen a couple weeks ago on the show, that they can't do that again. It's too dangerous and way too risky. So we'll see what happens with that. It's basically my review for this episode of The Flash, which is Season 7, Episode 12, Family Matters Part 2. They'll be back on June 8th. They're going on a 1-week hiatus. When they come back, it will be Cisco Ramon's last episode, which is called Goodbye Vibrations. As you can see here, it explains it on comicbookresources.com on June 8th. They're going to be coming back for the return, and that's going to be Cisco's last episode until he comes back towards the end of the season, and also any appearances that he has in season 8. So that's what we're going to have to wait for and see. So that's basically what's going on with that. That's all I have to say about this in regards to this subject matter of The Flash. And also any other CW News network TV show news as well, and my explanation for this video. In this video to show you what's going on, basically, in case you haven't been paying attention to what's been taking place. That's basically all I have to say about this. Thank you again for watching. If you have any questions in regards to this, you can let me know down below in my comments sections or section on different video websites and hosting websites and services where I post my videos at. You can also let me know if you actually have been watching the show, or if you have stopped watching it, why did you? And obviously you're going to start picking back up to do that as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Again, thank you again for watching. That's all I have to say about this in regards to The Flash. As far as the review matter, last week's episode was okay. This one's better. I give last week's episode about 5.5. This one will be a 6.5. It's a little bit better. The dialogue with Nora Allen was very good. I liked it, but her being dark and evil was very weird because they decided to do the whole I'm the dark evil character now / bad guy, so I had to dress up in all black. They had her in all black. Even her nails, her eyes were blacked out. She had a deep, huge, very scary voice on the show, which they're trying to show her being the bad guy. She sounded like a possessed demon off of Supernatural, which is another show on the CW network that used to be on there. It just finished its last season about 5 months ago. And it ran for a long time. I've seen every season. It was very great. Unfortunately, the show's gone and it's over, but that's obviously what happened. But they had a long, successful run, and that's basically it. We'll see what happens, obviously, with the rest of these shows upcoming, obviously, very soon. And going into November, they're most likely they'll have their final seasons with the crossovers taking place. That's what they've been teasing, obviously, here, as you can see, with what the CW president said. So we'll see what happens with that. Thank you again for watching my video. That's all I have to say about this, and let me know what you have to think about the shows, and have you been watching them or have you not been watching them, and if you want to come back to them, or if you've just been tired of them. That's it. Thank you again, and that's all I have to say about this. Again, thank you. Bye.